Crowds of the curious are held back at a respectful distance from the private funeral that Joe DiMaggio and others arranged for Marilyn Monroe.
Hollywood has given us stars who shone brightly but left us far too soon. In this video, we'll remember 20 legendary actors who died young. Their lives were short, but their impact on film and culture remains unforgettable.
Young Bobby Driscoll was assigned to the role of Peter.
Where is that villain, Captain Hook? I'll slice him up and throw him to the crocodile.
Number 1. Jayne Maxwell, 1941 to 1981, 39 years old. Jayne Maxwell was a bright-eyed actress best known for her performance in Blue Denim, 1959, and for guest appearances on The Twilight Zone and 77 Sunset Strip. Born in Germany to Holocaust survivors, she moved to the United States and briefly appeared in Hollywood before stepping away from acting in the 1960s to focus on family life. Her life ended tragically on July 10, 1981, when she was fatally shot during a robbery outside her Los Angeles home. The crime remained unsolved for years, with rumors linking it to her husband's business dealings. Maxwell's death at 40 cut short a quiet, private life far removed from her early fame, leaving a lingering sense of what might have been. Number 2. Adrienne Ames, 1907 to 1947, 39 years old. Adrienne Ames was a sophisticated leading lady of 1930s cinema, renowned for her performances in pre-code dramas like The Nightclub Lady, 1932, with her regal beauty and sharp wit. Ames captivated audiences, and when her film career began to wane, she smoothly transitioned to radio, hosting the popular The Adrienne Ames Show in the 1940s. Ames battled cancer for several years, yet faced her illness openly, even discussing it on air to raise awareness, an uncommon act of bravery for stars of her era. Sadly, she passed away on March 31, 1947, at just 39 years old. Her colleagues remembered her professionalism, warmth, and the elegance she brought to both stage and screen, leaving behind a legacy of poise and talent. Number 3. Anna Nicole Smith, 1967 to 2007, 39 years old. Anna Nicole Smith skyrocketed to fame as a Playboy playmate and guest model, quickly becoming a household name. Her life took a dramatic turn when she married billionaire J. Howard Marshall, who was 63 years her senior. The high-profile marriage, combined with her reality show, The Anna Nicole Show, and prolonged legal battles over Marshall's estate, kept her in the headlines. Despite her fame, Smith's personal life was tumultuous. She struggled with addiction and endured the tragic loss of her young son Daniel in 2006. On February 8, 2007, she was found unresponsive in a Florida hotel room. The coroner ruled her death an accidental overdose from a combination of prescription medications. Much like her idol Marilyn Monroe, Anna Nicole Smith's life was a mix of glamour and tragedy. Her untimely death at 39 cemented her status as both a cultural icon and a cautionary tale about the dark side of fame. Number 4. Barbara Payton, 1927 to 1967, 39 years old. Barbara Payton rose to fame in the early 1950s, sharing the screen with Hollywood legends such as James Cagney in Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye and Gregory Peck in Only the Valiant. Her career seemed destined for stardom, but her personal life became the talk of the tabloids. A tumultuous love triangle involving actors Francia Tone and Tom Neal derailed her professional path. By the 1960s, Payton's life had spiraled into hardship, and she was reportedly trading her charm for drinks in dive bars. On May 8, 1967, she passed away from heart and liver failure, a consequence of long-term alcoholism. Found alone in her squalid apartment, Barbara Payton's tragic end at 39 highlighted the harsh realities lurking behind the glamour of Hollywood's golden age. Her story remains a cautionary tale of fame lost and potential unfulfilled. Number 5. Sal Mineo, 1939 to 1976, 37 years old. Sal Mineo rose to fame as a teen idol, earning an Academy Award nomination for his role as Plato in Rebel Without a Cause, alongside James Dean. Known for his sensitive portrayals of troubled youths, Mineo successfully transitioned into adult roles in theater and film, including Exodus, which earned him a Golden Globe. Openly bisexual, at a time when few stars were, Mineo lived boldly and continued working despite Hollywood's shifting trends. On February 12, 1976, he was tragically stabbed to death in a parking lot near his West Hollywood apartment. Initially thought to be a robbery, it was later revealed to be a random attack by a convicted criminal. Mineo's murder shocked the industry, cutting short the life of a talented actor who had so much to give. His killer was eventually caught, but the senseless violence of his death remains a haunting footnote in Hollywood history. Number 6. Marilyn Monroe, 1926 to 1962, 36 years old. Marilyn Monroe became the ultimate symbol of glamour and sensuality in 1950s Hollywood, taking the blonde bombshell title to dazzling new heights. With her iconic curled hair, radiant smile, and unforgettable screen presence, she starred in classics such as Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, The 7-Year Itch, and Some Like It Hot, captivating audiences worldwide. Behind the glittering persona, Monroe struggled with personal demons, including mental health challenges and tumultuous relationships. On August 5, 1962, she was found dead in her Los Angeles home at the age of 36, with the coroner citing a barbiturate overdose. Her untimely death cemented her as a tragic icon of Hollywood's golden age, her image and legacy enduring for generations. Number 7. Renée Adoré, 1898 to 1933, 36 years old. Renée Adoré, born in France, became one of the most celebrated silent film stars of the 1920s. She gained widespread acclaim for her role as Melisande in The Big Parade, 1925, one of the highest-grossing films of the era. Her expressive acting and captivating presence made her a favorite of directors like King Vidor, and she was admired for her ability to convey deep emotion without dialogue. However, the arrival of talkies proved challenging for Adoré. Her strong French accent limited opportunities in Hollywood, and she struggled to adapt to the new era of sound films. In 1929, she was diagnosed with tuberculosis, and her health deteriorated rapidly. She spent her final years in sanatoriums, enduring a slow decline from the once brilliant spotlight. On October 5, 1933, Renée Adoré passed away at just 35 years old, with her former co-star John Gilbert by her side. Forgotten for decades, her work was later rediscovered by silent film historians, reminding modern audiences of her talent and the fleeting nature of early Hollywood stardom. Number 8. Jayne Mansfield, 1933 to 1967, 34 years old. Jayne Mansfield was Hollywood's ultimate blonde bombshell, a star who rivaled Marilyn Monroe with her platinum hair, curvaceous figure, and playful screen presence. Films like The Girl Can't Help It, 1956, showcased her comedic talent, while her extravagant personal life kept gossip columns constantly buzzing. Tragically, Mansfield's life was cut short on June 29, 1967, when her car collided with a tractor-trailer in Louisiana. She was killed instantly, though remarkably, her 3 children in the back seat survived the crash. Her sudden death at only 34 fueled urban legends, inspired discussions about car safety reforms, and contributed to the enduring myth of the Mansfield curse. Despite her brief life, Mansfield remains an iconic figure of old Hollywood glamour and charisma. Number 9. Carole Lombard, 1908 to 1942, 33 years old. Carole Lombard was one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses, celebrated for her sharp wit, radiant beauty, and unmatched talent in screwball comedies. Born Jane Alice Peters in Fort Wayne, Indiana, she began her career as a child actress before rising to fame in the 1930s with films like My Man Godfrey and 20th Century, solidifying her status as the Queen of Comedy. Lombard's personal life was equally notable, particularly her marriage to Clark Gable, which elevated her stardom. Known for her independence and generosity, she frequently supported war efforts during World War II, raising millions through war bond tours. Tragically, on January 16, 1942, Lombard's life was cut short when the plane she was traveling on crashed into a Nevada mountainside while returning from a bond tour. She was just 33 years old. Her untimely death left Gable inconsolable, and Hollywood mourned the loss of one of its brightest stars. Lombard's legacy as a comedic genius and trailblazing actress endures to this day. Number 10. Robert Walker, 1918 to 1951, 32 years old. Robert Walker was a talented actor best remembered for his chilling performance as Bruno Anthony in Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train. Born in Utah, Walker began his career in theater before transitioning to Hollywood, where his boyish charm and emotional depth made him a standout in films such as Since You Went Away, and The Clock. Despite his professional success, Walker struggled with alcoholism and mental health issues, which strained his marriage to actress Jennifer Jones and led to multiple hospitalizations. Tragically, in August 1951, Walker suffered a fatal reaction to a sedative administered during psychiatric treatment, ending his life at just 32. His sudden death shocked Hollywood as he had recently delivered one of his most memorable performances. Though his career was brief, Walker left a lasting impression as a gifted actor whose potential was never fully realized due to personal demons. Number 11. Rudolph Valentino, 1895 to 1926, 31 years old. Rudolph Valentino, known as the great lover of silent cinema, was Hollywood's first true sex symbol. Born in Italy, he immigrated to the United States and quickly found fame with films like The Sheik and The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, where his smoldering looks and passionate performances captivated audiences worldwide. Valentino became an international sensation, embodying the exotic romantic hero and setting the standard for future leading men. However, his personal life was tumultuous, marked by scandals and 2 short-lived marriages. In August 1926, Valentino collapsed from severe stomach pain, was diagnosed with peritonitis, and died following emergency surgery at just 31. His death sent shockwaves around the globe, prompting mass hysteria as fans flooded hospitals and funeral homes. More than 100,000 mourners attended his New York funeral, and his legend only grew posthumously, cementing his status as one of Hollywood's most iconic and tragic figures. Number 12. Bobby Driscoll, 1937 to 1968, 31 years old. Bobby Driscoll was one of Disney's first major child stars, winning a Juvenile Academy Award for his role in The Window, 1949, and famously voicing Peter Pan in Disney's 1953 animated classic. His youthful charm and natural talent made him a household name, but as he grew older, Hollywood lost interest in him. Struggling with the transition to adult roles, Driscoll turned to drugs, which led to arrests, a downward spiral, and eventually homelessness, leaving him estranged from his family. In March 1968, Driscoll's body was discovered in an abandoned New York tenement, having died from heart failure related to drug abuse. Shockingly, he was buried in an unmarked potter's field, and his identity remained unknown until his mother requested a fingerprint match years later. His tragic end starkly contrasted with his early fame, serving as a cautionary tale about the dark side of child stardom. Number 13. Thelma Todd, 1906 to 1935, 29 years old. Thelma Todd was one of Hollywood's most beloved comedians, known for her work in over 120 films, including classic shorts with Laurel and Hardy. Nicknamed the Ice Cream Blonde, she also opened a popular seaside cafe that became a hotspot for celebrities and allegedly mobsters. Her infectious laugh and girl-next-door charm made her a favorite of Depression-era audiences. On December 16, 1935, Todd was found dead in her car inside a garage. Her death was officially ruled as carbon monoxide poisoning, but the suspicious circumstances, including her rumored ties to organized crime and a violent ex-lover, led to persistent theories of murder. The case remains one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries. Her death at 29 cut short what could have been a transition to leading roles in talkies, leaving fans to wonder about the career that might have been. Number 14. Simone Silva, 1928 to 1957, 29 years old. British actress Simone Silva gained notoriety at the 1954 Cannes Film Festival when a photo captured a scandalous moment. Her dress slipped while posing with Robert Mitchum. The incident overshadowed her minor film career, though she continued working in European cinema. Silva struggled with the pressures of fame and Hollywood's strict beauty standards in an era long before body positivity was recognized. Her tragic end came on September 20th, 1957, when she suffered a fatal stroke at just 29. Doctors attributed it to complications from extreme dieting and the harsh demands of show business at the time. Silva's death became a cautionary tale, highlighting the immense pressures actors face to maintain their image and the often unseen costs of fame. Number 15. Jean Harlow, 1911 to 1937, 26 years old. Jean Harlow, known as Hollywood's first platinum blonde sex symbol, revolutionized the film industry with her combination of raw sexuality and sharp wit. She starred in classics like Dinner at 8, 1933, and Libeled Lady, 1936, breaking the mold for female stars and becoming one of MGM's highest-paid actresses by the age of 25. Off-screen, her life was tumultuous, marked by several brief marriages and ongoing health struggles. On June 7, 1937, Harlow tragically passed away from kidney failure at just 26. Her mother's adherence to Christian Science beliefs had delayed critical medical treatment, sparking outrage among fans and the public. Thousands lined the streets for her funeral, and MGM famously used a body double to complete her final film, a grim reminder of her immense box office power and lasting legacy. Number 16. Russ Columbo, 1908 to 1934, 26 years old. Russ Columbo was a talented crooner and heartthrob of the early 1930s, often compared to Bing Crosby. His velvety voice, charm, and matinee idol looks made him a sensation on radio, and he was poised to break into films. Columbo was also a gifted composer, showcasing rare versatility for the era. Tragically, on September 2, 1934, Columbo died at just 26 in a freak accident. A friend was examining an antique dueling pistol when it accidentally discharged, striking him in the eye. His untimely death shocked fans and colleagues alike. The incident inspired the Ballad of Russ Columbo in the 1950s, immortalizing his what-if legacy alongside other young stars whose lives were cut far too short. Number 17. Olive Thomas, 1894 to 1920, 25 years old. Olive Thomas was one of Hollywood's earliest flapper stars, rising from a Ziegfeld Follies showgirl to silent film darling with hits like The Flapper, 1920. Her marriage to Jack Pickford, Mary Pickford's brother, made them Hollywood's it couple. Despite her success, Thomas's life was marked by tragedy. During a trip to Paris in September 1920, she accidentally ingested mercury bichloride, a tropical medication mistaken for water or alcohol. She died days later at the age of 25. Her death was ruled an accident, but it led to stricter studio oversight of young stars, marking her as one of the first casualties of Hollywood's excess and excess. 18. James Dean, 1931 to 1955, 24 years old. James Dean became an enduring symbol of youthful rebellion despite having starred in only 3 major films: East of Eden, 1955, Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, and Giant, 1956. His intense method acting, combined with an androgynous, cool, refined masculinity for a generation. Off-screen, his love of fast cars and introspective diaries added to his enigmatic persona. Tragically, on September 30th, 1955, Dean's Porsche Snyder collided with another vehicle in Colima, California, killing him instantly at just 24 years old. The crash site became a morbid pilgrimage for fans, and his posthumous Oscar nomination cemented his legendary status. Number 19. Dorothy Stratten, 1960 to 1980, 20 years old. Dorothy Stratten's rise from a Vancouver waitress to Playboy Playmate of the Year in 1980 marked her as a young star on the verge of Hollywood success. She also appeared in Galaxina, embodying the American dream with her charm and talent. Director Peter Bogdanovich recognized her potential and cast her in They All Laughed, with rumors swirling about a possible affair during filming. Tragically, on August 14, 1980, Stratten was murdered at just 20 years old by her estranged husband, Paul Snider. Her death exposed the darker realities behind the glamour of the entertainment industry and inspired the film Star 80, 1983. Bogdanovich later controversially married her younger sister, a move seen as an attempt to reclaim lost love, leaving a complex legacy intertwined with tragedy. Number 20. Dorothy Dell, 1915 to 1934, 19 years old. Dorothy Dell was a former child beauty pageant winner whose transition to Hollywood seemed full of promise. She appeared in films like Wharf Angel, 1934, and her sassy charm often drew comparisons to Mae West. Under contract with Paramount, her career was poised to flourish. Tragically, on June 8, 1934, Dell died in a car crash near San Diego at just 19 years old. The driver, a friend who survived, was allegedly drunk. Her funeral drew 10,000 mourners, and Paramount shelved her unfinished film, Limehouse Blues, symbolizing how quickly golden futures could vanish. Dorothy Dell's untimely death serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, even for those destined for stardom. Which story touched you the most? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share your thoughts in the comments. It really helps the channel grow.